It appears that an NBA champion amongst the Dallas Mavericks roster might have had something to do with this sign and trade deal that landed us Grant Williams. As well as we do have an injury update ahead of today's game against the Indiana Pacers, as well as we're going to analyze this bullet that we may have dodged in not getting Spencer Dinwiddie. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news and everything Mavericks related. And before we get into today's video, 88.8% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. That number is slowly going down as more of you guys are subscribing. And speaking of subscribing, we just crossed 4,000 subscribers in a matter of about 2 weeks. You guys are just phenomenal. The support has been amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you guys commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. You guys are awesome. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers. The moment we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to start doing live watch-alongs where I can't show the game footage, but I'll give you my live reactions, my live game analysis. So let's get to 5,000 subs so we can start doing these live watch-alongs. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. First topic is Kyrie recruited Grant Williams. Now, as we all know how it went down, there was a sign and deal trade that got Grant Williams. I think there was like a pick swap involved. He started off pretty hot with us and, start the season, and then he slowly fell out of the starting lineup, came off the bench. It still wasn't working. There was rumors of him just yapping and being annoying, getting on people's nerves, and just falling out of favor with the Dallas Mavericks, which ultimately landed him in Charlotte, where we traded him at the trade deadline for PJ Washington, and I think like a second-round pick was involved as well. But this isn't really news. This is just something that I stumbled upon that I wanted to talk about. It was from an article back in like October of last year that highlighted that Kyrie Irving reveals that he recruited Grant Williams to the Mavericks. The article goes on to say that Kyrie said that Grant was one of those guys I mentioned to the front office, Irving said, via Grant Afseth of Sports Illustrated. He was a big piece in those Boston series when we played at Brooklyn. He made it difficult for us. He wasn't the only one, obviously, but he was doing the intangibles out there. I think he was looking for a bigger role somewhere else. I can't knock a guy for wanting to try and be more in this league. Coming here and getting that deal that he did, I was proud of him. And this is no Grant Williams slander. I understand exactly where Kyrie Irving is coming from, because if we know anything about his own career path, he also was a player that wanted more. He wanted just a bigger role in his own career, in his own path in the NBA. So I understand that. You see a player who wants more because, you yourself wanted more, and I get it. And you can spin it any way you want. Maybe Kyrie wanted to stick it to the Celtics by pulling another player away from him. We all know whenever Kyrie plays the Celtics, there's always some drama going on between him, the fan base, or him and the players, or whatever have you. So I understand, you see a player who, in that Brooklyn series, Grant Williams was playing great defense on Kevin Durant. Can't knock him for that. He was doing his job. And so what Kyrie saw is exactly what the fans thought we were going to get. A great wing defender, someone who can just play great defense, knock down a few shots, and is just that glue guy for the team. But obviously, as the reports came out, in Boston, he was annoying, getting on people's nerves, came to Dallas, and apparently that continued, a couple of yapping. I think he got ejected from a game the other day, from an altercation with the Golden State Warriors, or even Draymond even mentioned as well, this is what got you out of Dallas. And again, no knock to Grant Williams. He's having a great few games in Charlotte. I think he's averaging like 17, 3, and 2 in those 5 games, which is great for them. I think they won 4 of the 5 games. It's phenomenal. We're on a 7-game win streak, about to be 8. Nothing to brag about, but I'm going to brag about it. But it's pretty interesting to see that it was Kyrie Irving who kind of got that idea, got the ball rolling, had his hand in the sign-and trade deal that got his Grant Williams. And I'm not mad at Kyrie for doing it, because I think it was a good idea. I think it was something that the team really needed. It was ultimately in PJ Washington that we needed, but it's good to know that the front office is listening to our players, is listening to Kyrie, and trying to get the right players around Kyrie, around Luka, around the entire team to help this team do better, and I can't knock him. As we see here, Grant Williams for the season's averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting 42 from the floor, 37 from 3, 70% from the free throw line. Those numbers aren't really something to just jump at. They're not just MVP caliber, all-star, all NBA numbers, but those are the type of numbers of someone with great intangibles. You're not doing too much on the court. 9 points is good, a few rebounds, a few assists, but the defense, and like I said before, that's what Grant Williams was advertised as, just a great wing defender. That's what we thought we were getting, and that's who I think he still is. Just certain players fit better in certain teams, certain systems. Grant Williams didn't really fit well with us, but he seems to be doing fine in Charlotte. More power to him. They're probably not making the play in this season. They're like the 12th or 13th seed, maybe next year. And I'm glad that we got PJ Washington. I think that's a big upgrade for us. He definitely fits the system better. His defense has been phenomenal. His offense is slowly coming together. I think that's going to take a few more games for him to get really comfortable of just attacking the rim, putting the ball on the floor, hitting those corner threes. And I think PJ Washington will be just fine for us. But Grant Williams, It's very interesting to see that Kyrie kind of not really set it up, but he had a hand in it. And again, no hard feelings, no hate towards Grant Williams. And I mean, apparently he doesn't have any ill will towards us. He posted on Instagram of the Bleacher Report posting that Luka is putting up MVP numbers. Grant Williams reposted this saying, "Lock it in," at Luka Doncic. So the love is still there. You can't be too mad at him. You know, thank you for coming to Dallas. First of all, thank you for wanting to be here. You tried your best. Aside from the yapping, aside from all the little drama that people are saying, the changing your shoes, whatever have you. It's water on the bridge, and honestly, I'm just glad to see somebody doing better somewhere else and just continuing their career. But we got to talk about something else because apparently the Mavericks dodged a pretty big bullet. But before that, we got an injury update. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We do have an injury update ahead of today's game against the Indiana Pacers. It was reported the other day that Kid says Exum practiced in full today. Ran with the second team. He will not play at Indiana tomorrow, but the plan is for him to practice on Monday and perhaps be able to play Tuesday at Cleveland. Mavs wrapping up practice in Dallas now, fly to Indianapolis later today. That was reported yesterday from Brad Townsend, which these little updates from Dante Exum, they're not like any big nuggets like, hey, he's coming back. But it's good to know that little bit by little bit, he's slowly practicing, slowly coming back together. He's got a little knee injury, which you got to be careful with, especially when you're an NBA player. A lot of good players have bad knees or bad knee injuries. We saw it with Klay Thompson, saw it with Kevin Durant. So you got to be careful. We don't want to rush him back and just agitate that more. So it's good to know that maybe by the Cleveland game, he'll be back. It's good to know that he's still traveling with the team, that he's still being involved. It's really good. But the bullet that we dodged that I talked about is Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie on the Lakers so far this season is averaging 25 minutes a game on 5.3 points, 3 assists, 0.8 rebounds, shooting 33% from the field and 23% from 3. Now, if you guys were following this channel during the Spencer Dinwiddie sweepstakes, I was really pushing it. Like, I really wanted Spencer to come back. I really enjoyed what I saw when it was him, Jalen Brunson, and Luka Doncic, those 3 ball handlers. I thought that's something that could really pull his team together come playoff time down the stretch, even if it was just in a limited role off the bench. I mean, what? He's averaging 25 minutes a game. I don't think he would get that on this Dallas Mavericks team. I don't think that's something that we could allot to him without taking minutes away from someone like Derrick Jones Jr. or Jaden Hardy, who his minutes fluctuates all the time, or Tim Hardaway Jr. for that matter, or anybody coming off the bench. So maybe we dodged the bullet. Maybe we made the right decision to interview and try to go after him. I get that you do your due diligence, but by him signing with the Lakers, kind of doing us a favor that, hey, who knows? Maybe he would have done better on our team. Maybe those numbers might have looked better in our system. But he's got 25 minutes of play. He's getting more of an opportunity in Los Angeles. And those are the type of numbers that he puts up. And I just want to put up Dante Exum because we're talking about him right now. Averaging 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 57% from the floor, 47% from 3, and 72% from the free throw line. I'll gladly take that over those very sad numbers. I'll throw them back up. Those sad numbers from Spencer Dinwiddie on 25 minutes a game. And Dante's doing much better on less. Now, I'm not mad at Dante Exum. I'm glad that he's that guy for us. And in hindsight, we dodged the bullet, or more so, I mean, I keep saying we dodged the bullet. Spencer Dinwiddie moved the bullet out for us by not signing with us and going to the Los Angeles Lakers. So it's good to see. But the official injury update ahead of today's game against the Indiana Pacers: Luka Doncic is probable with a broken nose. Derrick Lively is probable with a nasal fracture. Maxi Kleber is probable with another nasal fracture. Dante Exum is out with right knee bursitis. Olivier Maxence Prosper is out. He's in the G League. And Greg Brown III is also out. He's also in the G League. Now, Luka, Derrick, and Maxi, who are probable, will most likely play. They've been listed probable for like the last 3 or 4 games. They will most likely play. If they're listed out like Dante, expect them to be out. But this game will be a pretty good test for us. The Pacers are a high-scoring, high-offense team. They do have Miles Turner, who is a threat down low. They trade for Pascal Siakam now. They have him playing the wing, playing the 4. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with as well. I expect to see Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively just hitting the boards hard. I expect P.J. Washington to lock down Pascal Siakam, limit him to about 15 points. If PJ Washington can hold Pascal to 15 points, it's a win for us because that team can score 130 plus on any given night. So our defense will have to be on point. We'll have to hit our shots, take good shots. Hopefully, Jaden Hardy gets a little bit more run than Tim Hardaway because I do not want to see Tim Hardaway Jr. going 1 of 9 again from the 3. I need some Hardy party minutes. And hopefully we come out with a dub. We get the winning streak up to 8 and we keep it going. We push the Luka Doncic MVP propaganda. We move in the standings. We're at the 6th seed right now. Let's go to the 5th seed. We can do it. I believe it. And it's going to be a great time. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure you subscribe. We're at 4,000 subscribers, trying to get to 5,000 so we can start going live for these live watch-alongs. Check out the link in the description below for our Discord. You can check me out there. I'm in the Mavericks Discord, always talking about Mavericks basketball or just basketball in general. If you want to reach out to me, that's an easy way to do it. But until next time, y'all take care. Peace.